If you're a man over 60 and you've been thinking about getting a new girlfriend, stop. Just for 9 minutes. Because the decision you're about to make could cost you your peace, your money, your health, your freedom, and something even more expensive than all of that. This isn't about hating relationships. This isn't about hating women. This is about something much colder and much more important: math, time, and reality. There's a man sitting somewhere right now, maybe a lot like you. He's 64. He's staring at a half-empty closet and 2 suitcases. 18 months ago, he moved his stuff into a new apartment with a woman he called his second chance at love. He walked in with hope. He walked out with high blood pressure, a thinner bank account, and a quiet thought he would never say out loud. I should have stayed single. Tonight, you're going to hear 5 brutal reasons why a man over 60 should think very, very carefully before ever having a girlfriend again. Not cute reasons. Not romantic reasons. Cold reasons. And the 5th one is the one that almost no man sees coming until it's far too late. Stay with this. It might save you years you don't have to waste. Let's start with the first brutal truth. When you were 25, drama was fuel. You could fight with someone at midnight, wake up at 6 a.m., crush a workday, hit the gym, and still have energy for round 2. At 60, drama is poison. Reason number 1, your peace is now worth more than your passion. You've survived careers, bosses, bills, maybe a marriage or 2, kids, funerals, surgeries, heartbreak. You've seen enough life to know, calm is not boring, calm is heaven. But the girlfriend fantasy whispers. Wouldn't it be nice to have someone to text, to cuddle, to travel with? And for a few weeks or months, it is nice. That honeymoon phase, those dopamine hits from constant messages, the thrill of someone new calling you babe again. Then real life walks in. Suddenly, you're explaining where you were, why you didn't text back fast enough, why you like time alone, why you still talk to your ex, why you don't want to go to that dinner, that party, that weekend away with her friends. Suddenly, your quiet evenings turn into negotiations. Your peaceful mornings turn into emotional weather reports. Is she happy today? Is she mad? Did I say the right thing? You're not 30 anymore. You don't have the surplus energy to burn on unnecessary storms. The older you get, the more expensive your emotional energy becomes. Every spike of stress now has a cost. On your sleep, on your blood pressure, on your mood, on your ability to enjoy the few decades you have left. A girlfriend can bring companionship, but she can also bring conflict, expectations, and constant adjustment. Ask yourself, at this age, do you really want to hand over your emotional peace to someone else's moods, insecurities, and demands? Reason number 2. Your margin for financial mistakes is almost gone. When you were younger, you could bounce back from a bad breakup. You could work more, hustle harder, rebuild savings. In your 60s, that window is closing, or it's already closed. Relationships in your 20s are mostly emotional. Relationships in your 60s are deeply financial, whether you admit it or not. It starts innocently. You pick up more dinners. You pay for trips because you can afford it. You help with a bill here, a little gift there, some upgrades, some treats. Then the conversation shifts. Why don't we move in together? Why don't we share expenses? Why don't we just put both our names on this? Maybe she's an angel. Maybe she's not. It almost doesn't matter. Because the truth is, if something goes wrong, you have very little runway to fix it. One bad breakup that involves shared leases, shared furniture, shared pets, shared debts. And suddenly you are 67, sitting in a smaller place than you can stand, looking at a bank account that doesn't match the life you imagined. If you're retired, or close to it, you're not adding to the pile like you used to. You are in protection mode now, not expansion mode. Every dollar you spend trying to impress, entertain, or stabilize a girlfriend at this age is a dollar you do not have for your health, your emergencies, your kids, your grandkids, or your own bucket list. Brutal truth. You can't afford romantic mistakes anymore. Not in court. Not in cohabitation. Not in quiet, slow bleeding of your savings. Reason number 3. Your health is not a side character. It's the main plot. You might feel great right now. Or you might already be dealing with joints, sleep, blood pressure, medications, recovery time, energy dips. Either way, your body is no longer a machine that runs no matter what you throw at it. It responds to stress, to late nights, to arguments, to constant compromise. Here, S what nobody tells you about late life relationships. They are rarely low maintenance. You're not just dating one person. You're dating her habits, her family, her problems, her exes, her health, her money situation, her expectations of how often you should go out, travel, socialize, entertain. If she has higher energy than you will be pulled to keep up. If she has more chaos than you will be pulled to manage it. Your body pays the bill. Your sleep pays the bill. Your nervous system pays the bill. One long period of chronic stress can take years off your life. And here's the ugly twist. When your health starts to slip, some girlfriends don't step up. They step away. So you traded your health to keep someone happy. And when your health failed, the relationship failed too. Ask yourself honestly, if your body needs consistent rest, routine, and low stress from here on out, why would you voluntarily add a variable as unpredictable as a romantic partner? Reason number 4. The freedom you finally earned is priceless, and almost nobody warns you how quickly you can give it away. Think about how long you've been answering to someone. Parents, teachers, bosses, clients, partners, kids. Decades of your life were spent on other people's timelines, other people's emergencies, other people's dreams. Then, slowly, something shifts. You retire. Your kids move out. Your calendar opens up. For the first time since you were a teenager, large chunks of your time actually belong to you. Now ask yourself, do you really want to hand that freedom back in exchange for being someone's boyfriend? Because that's what you sign up for when you agree to be a partner again. You're not just saying yes to love. You're saying yes to, can you pick me up? Can we go there? Can you come to this? Why didn't you answer? Why are you always doing your own thing? Your hobbies shrink. Your alone time shrinks. Your impulsive decisions, road trips, fishing at sunrise, reading all day if you feel like it, turn into negotiations. Freedom at 60 plus is not the same as freedom at 25. At 25, you have endless time ahead. At 60, every free season is a miracle. Do you really want to sign away your final decades, the only ones where you truly understand yourself, to another schedule, another emotional calendar, another person's idea of what your life should look like? And now, we get to the most brutal reason of all. Reason number 5. At this age, a girlfriend can quietly steal the one thing you absolutely cannot get back, your sense of who you are in your final chapters. When you were young, relationships helped you figure yourself out. You learned what you liked, what you wouldn't tolerate, what you wanted to become. But now, you already know. You've earned those scars and those lessons. The danger now is different. At 60 plus, getting a girlfriend can mean morphing into a supporting character in someone else's story, right when you should be writing your own ending. Here is how it happens. You start bending. You stop seeing your friends as much. You stop working on that book, that hobby, that project. You cancel the solo trip you wanted to take because she doesn't want you going alone. You start dressing how she prefers, eating how she prefers, living where she prefers, ignoring the quiet voice inside you saying, "This isn't really me anymore." Months turn into years. One day you look in the mirror and realize, you're not the man you wanted to be at this age. You're the man you thought she wanted you to be. And here's the nightmare scenario. You gave up your peace, your money, your health, your freedom, your identity, for a relationship that might not even last as long as you do. You might leave this world as the guy who tried to keep a girlfriend happy, instead of the man who finally lived on his own terms. That is the real cost. Not just heartbreak, not just arguments, but a stolen ending. None of this means love is impossible after 60. There are couples who make it work beautifully, with respect, with boundaries, with shared values. But this video isn't about the lucky exceptions. It's about the odds. It's about you being honest with yourself, not romantic with yourself. So if you are a man over 60, here's the raw summary. Your peace is worth more now than it's ever been. Your finances are more fragile than they look on paper. Your body cannot afford long seasons of stress. Your freedom is the rarest thing you own. And your final chapters are too precious to hand over to someone who might not be there at the end. Before you go chasing a girlfriend to avoid being lonely, ask a different question. What would it look like to build a life so rich in purpose, friendships, hobbies, health, and self-respect that you're okay being single? Not bitter, not closed off, just complete. You don't need a girlfriend to be a whole man at 60 plus. You need clarity, boundaries, and the courage to say no to anything that risks your last decades. If someone comes into your life and fits into that calmly, respectfully, without chaos, without draining you, that's a blessing. But you don't go looking for a savior. You don't build your last years on the hope that romance will fix loneliness. Sit with the loneliness. Face it. Fill it with things that feed you instead of people who drain you. Then and only then, decide if you still want to hand someone the keys to your peace, your money, your health, your freedom, and your final story. Because once those years are gone, there are no do-overs. You've spent your whole life taking care of everyone else. Maybe, just maybe, the most radical, brutal, honest decision you can make now is to finally take care of yourself. If this video is insightful, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Until next time, take care and bye.